It's turning rain to snow. Dripping head to toe. Never doubt the zone. Make you eat the crow. Laughing in your face.
And welcome back to the Hard to Handle Sports Podcast. My name's Ismael San Juan. My homies call me Ish. I got Jesse on my right side. I got Ahmadu on my left side. Thank you guys for showing up. It's a pleasure to have you guys here.
Oh, man. This is a long time waiting.
Yo, Jesse, first time. Ahmadu, obviously one of our most popular guests on the show.
Appreciate it.
How you guys doing on this beautiful Saturday afternoon?
Cool, man. I mean, I haven't really watched too many sports this morning, but I mean,
how are you doing, man?
Tomorrow.
How you doing?
I mean, I'm doing all right. I mean, I can't really say much right now. I don't know. You want to do?
I'm doing good. Staying smooth, staying out of trouble like usual. You know.
There you go. Okay, so I know we're all big soccer fans. Obviously, you're wearing the Arsenal. I'm wearing Club America.
I'm a combo breaker.
Chelsea fan over here. That's why I gave you the blue mic. How do we see the Premier League shaping up this year? Obviously, I think we all know that City dropped points today again. They've been dropping points like what seems like the last 3 weeks. We got a big match for Liverpool tomorrow against United. Arsenal are doing pretty good. I got Brighton tomorrow. How do you guys feel this is gonna play out? I'll let anybody go.
So in regards to what, the season or just the weekend or?
Yeah. How like playing out like the rest of the way.
The rest of the way, I mean, I think it's gonna be no order, but I think it'll be Liverpool, Arsenal, City will stay up there, and that fourth spot, that's the tricky one, you know?
Yeah.
I think we got West Ham this year. We got Aston Villa. We got Tottenham after they recover their injury.
Exactly. Yep. And you got Newcastle now that they're not in the Champions League. Now that they're not in the Champions League, I think they could focus more on the league, which was one of the kind of the thing that people were saying before the season, that like, is there a roster deep enough? And they put up pretty good fights in the Champions League. To be honest, first year back in like what 20 years, something like that, almost 20 years. How do you see it playing out as a Chelsea fan? Obviously, you guys kind of suck right now.
You can take that qualifier, kinda. We do suck, even though we beat Sheffield and all that. It doesn't matter. Lots of money, little production. Worst hat trick of all time I've seen. Nicholas Jackson against Tottenham. Love the guy, but God, that was terrible. And then
that was bad.
Hey, the one shining grace we've had so far this year of the young players, Cole Palmer. I know he's a
City boy,
PK merchant, but hey, bro, someone got to take him. He's 19 years old. That's a lot of pressure. But for the whole season, I don't know. It pains me to say this, but I don't know. Arsenal might do it for the first time in 20 years. They might do it.
They might do it.
Because last year, every team goes through growing pains. Like, you got to go with that 1 year. Oh, we're getting so close. And then you choke it out of the way. But I feel like this year, they finally put it together. They've been through the ringer, and they finally do it. And then Liverpool, I see second. Then City, I don't know. Haaland can't stay healthy right now. And then, but you still have to respect City's championship pedigree, but I just don't see it.
You know what? I see where you guys are coming from. So who did you say? I don't think you.
So I didn't say the order, but, you know, as an Arsenal fan, of course, I'm hoping that this is like the redemption year from last year that we choked it out. I still see Liverpool a lot more dangerous than City this year. Aside from like the dropping points of this weekend, I've seen them a bit more dangerous. They're a lot more focused this year, I feel.
So you got Liverpool winning?
I got Liverpool winning
with your Arsenal jersey on, bro.
Matt, that's for you, Matt.
Hey, Matt. I don't like when Liverpool fans are happy, but he's one of him and Rudy are like one of the few exceptions.
But with that being said, though, I think it'll be a toss-up between Arsenal and Liverpool for top two. City's gonna end up in third, and so
that's so you got toss-up, but you're leaning Liverpool with your Arsenal jersey on.
And
then you got,
unfortunately,
that's real. That's real. You're keeping it real. I appreciate that. And you said you got Arsenal winning.
Yeah,
which is kind of weird. Hey, give him your jersey. Give him your jersey, bro. Give him your jersey. All right. So what I think. I see where you guys are coming from, and as a known and as a consistent City hater, I want both of you guys, either of you guys, to be right. Arsenal to break the drought. Liverpool, this is their best era in forever, and they only have one Premier League.
Good thing.
But City has been doing this without their best player. Let's keep that in mind. Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, he's as someone that has a pulled hammy themselves. I know how long it could take to get back, and they're probably easing his way. They're not gonna like rush him because they have a deep squad. But man, you get to Box Day, you get to Christmas, and you're only down like 5-6 points. Because right now, even with the draw points, they're gonna be like 6 points behind or something like that.
Yeah.
Last year Arsenal had like a 9-point lead or 8-point lead at some point.
Yeah, but the whole season was weird though because we were always like a game ahead or a game behind, so it was always tough to see.
And it was a World Cup year too, so it kind of messed up the flex. But yes, my point being is City still look pretty good. They don't look terrible. It's not like they're dropping points and they're looking terrible. They're dropping points and they're just not finishing games off. Like today they were up 2-0 and they just couldn't finish.
Yep.
Couldn't what do you call it? Like lock the door, shut the door on them. Hey, if by New Year's Day they're not down like 10 points, which they're probably not, then I would put my money on De Bruyne coming back, City catching form. They'll throw money. They'll throw money in January if they need to, and I don't know. I'm at this point 3-year running, going for their 4th straight championship. I feel like I got to see it before I believe it. So I would still say, as much as it pains me to say it, because I used to like calling Pep the bald fraud, but so I would love it. Would bring me a lot of joy for them to not win it, but I haven't seen Arsenal or Liverpool reach the level that would make me confident to pick them to say that they're better than City, because like they've been better than City, and like Arsenal and Liverpool, you could argue that they've been better than City through Christmas right now, but are they gonna get marginally better as City is when De Bruyne comes back? I don't know. So that's my one caveat.
Yeah, so I mean, just a few things. I don't know. I mean, so first off, after he comes back, like who do you bench?
It doesn't. I mean, you could bench. You could have a rotation.
Right.
They always had a rotation.
Right.
But it's gonna be De Bruyne and somebody else on that field.
Yeah.
That's pretty much like same with like Real Madrid. If they're playing good without Vini, you're gonna be like, damn, who are we gonna bench? It doesn't matter when Vini comes back. He's gonna get on the field. You figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, who do you bench? I don't know. Whoever's not playing the best. Like today, Foden cost the penalty that was in 2-2. So hey, maybe next game. Sorry, Foden. Everyone's good. Everyone's in form. He kind of cost us the game.
Yeah.
You could come off the bench next game. He gets a couple assists. All right, you know what? Let's bring Alvarez off the bench.
Yeah.
It could switch in and out. But I hope you guys are right. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you guys are right, because I'm tired of seeing City, and we need to change it up, man. I think parity's good. Parity's good for the leagues. It's not good to see PSG dominate the French league. Bayern in Germany,
Juventus.
City, Juventus. They've been struggling the last few years, but they did it for forever. It's better to see Real Madrid and Barcelona kind of go at it, or at least two teams go at it.
Now Girona.
Yeah, Girona,
right.
exactly.
All right.
But I don't think it's good for the league to go 4 or 5 years without seeing another champion. But also it's not good for the league. Like the MLS and the Liga MX, they're like the opposite end. They're like, there's too much parity at that point. Like everyone in the league could win it at some point.
Liga MX.
They the playoff format, like 12 teams make the playoffs, and like at any given year, any team could get hot and win it. Sometimes that feels like too much parity, but the Premier League is going the opposite way, where there's not enough parity, and we want to see parity.
So you're saying they're becoming the Farmers League?
Hey,
Oh,
hey, I don't know
what you're saying. Hot take. Hot take.
I'm not calling it a Farmers League. I'm just saying like the other teams got to step it up. You know what I'm saying? The other team's got to step it up.
True.
But, so that's our predictions for the Premier League. Did you give your top 4 or no?
I have not given my top 4.
Let's hear it.
So, Arsenal, Liverpool, pain. Man City, and in that 4th spot, I hate them too. Well, I don't even hate them, but they're like a little insect that just bothers, like a little fly. I'm going to say Tottenham, top 4.
Tottenham. Okay.
Because I don't think Brighton, Newcastle, or United have the horses in the end.
Okay.
West Ham.
West Ham.
Aston Villa. Hey,
Unai knows what he's doing.
Unai knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing with those upper mid-table teams. Once he gets those big 6 teams, he kind of...
Who's playing in the I mean, like the Europa League this year. It's Aston. No, it's West Ham.
Liverpool.
It's West Ham. Yeah.
Liverpool.
My boy Alvarez just scored a goal.
I saw that.
His first goal.
And not Aston Villa though, right?
I think that's
Nah.
the
They
Did they make it?
I don't remember.
Because that plays a factor too, though. Like especially in February, March, like once they're gonna be in like the knockout stages.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be fit enough? Who's gonna be healthy enough?
True.
Yeah. I mean, injuries, especially now, where like the teams we're talking about aren't like the bigger teams.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you didn't say Chelsea or anything like that, so the roster is not as deep as.
Right.
Do you see Chelsea making like a second half of the season surge or something?
Europa League, I think 8th is the highest we finish.
8th? You don't think they scratch Europa? Or
They could. I think they would scratch it through like I forgot the rules if if they win FA Cup or whatever, or Carling Cup or whatever,
something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
Either Europe Conference League, whatever the Conference League, right? That Conference League.
The Premier League teams have to win like the European stuff, something like that. Yeah.
But now our coefficient's kind of going down for the Premier League because we've been poor in the Champions League the last few years. So whatever. But Chelsea,
dude.
the less things said, the better, because I wake up in the morning. I usually like waking up, seeing the sunshine, and then I go outside. Then I remember, oh wait, Chelsea's playing. They're gonna piss me off today.
So they usually play on Saturdays too. So
It was the whole weekend.
yeah, bro. Like, are we waking up 7 in the morning? I woke up 7:30. I mean, I watched like the second half of the game. I was like, cool. Sheffield.
Hey, but that's for Saturdays. On Sundays, the Ravens cheer you up. Am I right? Or no?
Lamar for MVP, baby.
Lamar for MVP. All right. So the Ravens are currently the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yep.
As a Ravens fans, do you think they'll hold on to the number 1 seed? The Chiefs aren't doing that hot. Dolphins are frauds. Actually, it's funny. Some people in my YouTube comments, they were getting hella mad that I called the Dolphins frauds. That's for a separate point. But anyways, do you think the Ravens are going to stay in the number 1 seed? And how far can they go this year without Mark Andrews, which is a big loss?
That's my concern. That injury right there, that's Lamar's security blanket. I know Zay Flowers doing well. Odell's doing this thing right now.
Odell's dancing last few weeks, bro. Odell's dancing.
You got to be worried because I love the guy. Injury prone though too. So it's like he goes down. Now we're down to Zay, a rookie.
Yeah.
But if everything's in an ideal world, I will see you all in Vegas for the Super Bowl next year.
There you go.
Let me just say it right now. I will be there.
You'll be there?
I'll be there.
You think this Ravens team can get through the Chiefs?
Yeah. Mahomes is the boogeyman.
Oh, he is there.
I don't see the Chiefs that strong this year.
No?
See?
Nah.
Mahomes is the boogeyman, but I've seen my boy Joe Flacco go through Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady,
Yeah.
Kaepernick in a Super Bowl run. So anything's possible, I believe.
Hey, and to be honest, AFC currently right now is 2 on the Dolphins, which what can we say frauds?
If Tyreek Hill's not there, they're looking kind of spooky.
At least they're on fraud alert.
Yeah.
They might not be full frauds, but they're on fraud alert.
Right.
And then you got the Chiefs, who are, what are the Chiefs this year?
He wasn't offsides.
And then you got Kenny Pickett or Trubisky or whoever's starting for the
Steelers.
You got Joe Flacco, his corpse. You got however the Colts game is going now.
Probably the Jaguars.
Hey, T.
Lawrence, T. Lawrence,
Yeah.
I think the Jaguars are like still like a year or two away.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing good and they're winning. They kind of remind me of the Steelers a couple years back, where their record was really good, but they weren't winning pretty.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is that Steelers team had like an old Big Ben, and like you kind of knew like this team's not gonna win it, and like this is probably the best they're gonna be because Big Ben is like hella old, whereas the Jaguars, like, they're probably not gonna win it this year, but since their quarterback is so young, so I kind of have them at the same level, but their outlook for the next couple years, I see it differently.
So then, what would the Jaguars need to kind of get them over the hump? In your opinion, is it on the offensive side, defensive side, or what?
To be honest,
coaching.
I like Peterson. Their defense is pretty solid, not amazing, but I think I would have to see more from Trevor Lawrence. Like, he's been solid. He hasn't been like amazing. and Ridley would have to like really step up and be that number one receiver that he got brought into. Like he got brought in to be like a top 10, I mean, there's a hell of good wide receivers, so any top 10 list could look different, but no one would put Ridley in their fantasy. I mean, not fantasy, but in their top 10 list for wide receivers. And in today's NFL, you need weapons, and I mean, they have what? Ingram has been pretty good for them.
Ingram.
Kirk has been good for them.
He's out for the season, all right?
Who is?
Christian Kirk?
I think he is.
Oh,
actually.
yeah, exactly. So even less firepower now. Etienne has been nasty for them.
He started off great, man, but I think ever since that Niners game, when like week 9, week 10, he started to slow down.
When they got punked by the Niners.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, that's a good segue. What do you guys think about Purdy?
Big expletive Purdy.
Big Purdy.
Big cock Purdy. Hey, bro.
Glock Purdy.
Glock Purdy, bro. I'm not a Niner fan. I know people are like, oh, he's a game manager and all that stuff, but you know what? He doesn't need to do much. You just need a couple dots here and there, and you can win the game. Like I think he makes the throws that Jimmy G couldn't make.
Yeah.
If they make it to a Super Bowl, he'll make at least. He might make a mistake, but he won't make like that overthrow like Jimmy G made in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I actually saw him play a few weeks ago versus the Bengals. The Bengals won. I forgot, like 34, 20 or something. I know, right?
Sick-ass invite.
You live in the city. You go to Santa Clara too.
He didn't even post about it either. That's crazy.
I probably didn't. No, but
he's telling on himself right now.
He looked pretty good though. I think there was like maybe 2 throws or so that he had to Kittle.
Yeah.
In the second half, he had a pretty good touchdown throw to McCaffrey, I think.
Yeah.
From like the right side of the halfway line.
Yeah.
All the way to like the touchdown, or like maybe 2 yards out or something. So, yeah, like he looks pretty good.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
I like him.
MVP.
I don't know.
That MVP is strong. Like that's the best player in the league.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. And that's not taking away anything from him.
Yeah, like
that's not taking away anything from him.
I'm not a detractor like a lot of these, you got the Cowboy fans, the Eagle fans, and all that stuff. How about them Cowboys?
And
psych.
To be honest, Dak has been killing it this year.
Yeah.
They have the 3rd weakest schedule this year.
Power.
Like the strength of schedule.
Strength, sorry.
But you can only play who's in your schedule, and they've been doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like what I saw against the Eagles last week. So right now I would give the MVP to Dak, which pains me to say because I'm a
Cowboy hater.
Yeah,
are we all Cowboy haters?
I think so. Yeah.
That's true.
It's not the team though. I think it's more the fans. In my
Exactly.
opinion. Yeah.
It's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's the owner. It's
You know what's funny? So my older brother grew up in Texas. He was like 12, 13, 14 when they were winning Super Bowls and stuff like that. And he's like, the day that they fired Jimmy Johnson, that was it. Like he was a fan, but he held on for life. But like since 2002 when they got like Quincy Carter as a quarterback, he's like, I'm off this bandwagon. And as a little kid, you're growing up learning football from him.
Yeah.
And then you hear about the stories of Jimmy Johnson was like the leader, like the spiritual leader, not just the coach, but actually the spiritual leader.
Yeah.
And then he gets fired because what's his name? The owner.
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah,
ego. And he kept Jimmy Johnson out of the Cowboys Ring of
He
Honor for all
just got
those years.
in. Yeah, he just got in.
And so I was like, man, I believe in curses. Like there are a lot of curses I believe in. And so I should take back that Dakota comment I had in Cowboys. They finally got Jimmy Johnson, so the curse might be lifted. So we might see him in Vegas.
That's true.
So
that's true. But I see where you're coming from. I do like I don't mind Dak. I think he's cool. He's cool. Sometimes his press conferences, you're like, bro, you're talking too much. Like, just give us the bland answer and just like. But back to Purdy, I do think he's definitely good enough to win a ring with. Like I don't think even if they lose because of him, like there's been great quarterbacks that fuck up in the playoffs. Like, I would hate to see Purdy fuck up in the playoffs and then be like everybody be like, there it is. This is what we were waiting for. Like anybody could have a bad game. I think he's done great, and I think a lot of people forget that this is only his second year.
Right.
And like because his team is so good and because, you know, he's getting hyped up to be the MVP and stuff like that, I think people are judging him unfairly, which I guess is fair too, because that team is in a win now mode.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, my homie was a undrafted rookie, or like last pick.
Wasn't he Mr. Relevant?
Yeah, Mr. Relevant.
Yeah.
Mr. Relevant.
Yeah.
And last year's draft. So like, to put these responsibilities on Mr. Relevant in his second year, like, it's crazy. And one thing that people have forgotten was, I don't know if you guys heard the storylines, but going into this year, because he fucked up his throwing arm,
His elbow.
yeah, people were saying like early, like even at the end of last year, they were saying, is he gonna beat out Trey Lance? He might not even be the starter in week 1. He might not even be like who's to say he's still the same quarterback? And no one's really gone back and give him the props for that. Like he can't, like, they were thinking like Trey Lance might be the week 1 starter. He'll play like 3 weeks, and then Purdy will take over.
Mm-hmm.
And then if Trey Lance plays good the first 3 weeks, then maybe they just stick with him because they're invested with him. And people were saying like, damn, Purdy might not be back by like halfway through the season. Homie came back week 1 and he's been killing it. And no one has gone back to give him props. Like, damn, this fool really fucked up his throwing arm and is still playing hella good. Like, I think everyone just moved past that and forgot about it. But I'm here to say, like, nah, I didn't forget. Homie came back he fucked up his throwing arm, or like his elbow in his throwing arm, and he's killing it. And I think everyone just forgot that homie got hurt, and there were real question marks if he would even have the starting job or if he could go back to the level that he was, and he's been killing it.
So then who would you say are like the top 3 QBs that are up for like MVP this year? You say Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, and
that's crazy that it is a QB
Right.
now.
Unfortunately, that's the truth. Yeah.
which is crazy too, though, because I don't even think he's the best player in that team, though.
Yeah,
He's the Niners, you know?
He's not.
Which
That's
is-
the
which
reason.
is-
Not.
which is why, like, but I'll tell you this: stranger things have happened. Salah won the Puskas.
Shout out Matt.
Salah won the Puskas Award for best goal of the year, but was not the goal of the month
Right.
for the Premier League.
True.
So stranger things have happened, man. You know, everyone wants to act, even me sometimes, that everything's super black and white. But you know,
Right.
you got to consider the storyline, the record, the seeding. Like, it's not just the importance of the position. And yeah, I mean, obviously, I think McCaffrey's the best player in that offense, and then you probably go Debo.
Kittle.
And then
I like Ayuk, man.
I think I'll put Purdy third, to be honest.
Over Kittle?
Yeah, over Kittle.
I really like Ayuk this year.
Oh, Ayuk.
Probably 'cause I have him
I
in
think
fantasy team too.
Ayuk has a better argument to be the third most important than.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Trent Williams.
Trent Williams.
I would put.
You
I
can
would
see
put.
the difference.
I'll put McCaffrey, Tebow, Trent Williams, Purdy, Ayuk, Kittle.
Yeah.
So, but he is a quarterback. It's a quarterback award.
Everything's there to protect them.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Tom Brady was talking about quarterback plays like at an all-time low or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dog, you and Payton got rules changed for you. Like, so, yeah, I'm giving my yearly Tom Brady shot. I don't care if he's the GOAT. He still can get shots. Anybody can get it.
Anybody. It's hard to handle sports.
Yeah, anybody can get it.
I would say this. I wish it wasn't a quarterback award because I think this would be the perfect year to give it to like Tyreek.
Yeah,
I like Tyreek.
Cheetah,
Tyreek.
McCaffrey.
I like this man.
CeeDee Lamb even.
This man.
CeeDee Lamb's actually going up. Wow.
The same CD, yeah. But he's having like a really good year.
Tyreek is
Tyreek.
2,000 yards.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna get it just because
but-
he got hurt, and we'll see how they do. They have some tough opponents. They got the Bills coming up too, but
What's up with the Bills, bro?
my my point I want to say is, in the same way that Chris Paul got hella centers paid, he got DeAndre Jordan paid, he got
Blake Griffin.
paid. Blake was good. In the same realm, you got other centers. When he was with the Hornets,
Was it David?
or
Not David
the
Pratt.
Pelicans.
What's his name?
In the
Tyson
same
Chandler?
way, but in the same way, Tyson Chandler. There you go, Tyson Chandler. He got Jordan paid. In the same way that he got him paid, my boy Tyreek Hill is about to make a hella money, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you don't have Tyreek and you just have another like really good wide receiver, I think you still have question marks about Tua, and you're probably still gonna pay him. But the numbers that he's putting up this year largely due to having Tyreek there. You're gonna look at the numbers. You're gonna look at his age. You're gonna look at where he was drafted, and he's gonna get a huge contract. He's probably not gonna get like Herbert and like Burrow money, but he's probably gonna be like right there.
Yeah,
like, super close. So, hey, add that to the Tyreek's MVP case, man. Like, to his agent's probably like, this guy, show me the money, bro. Look at these stats. And you saw he went down against the Titans. That Dolphins team did not look like the same Dolphins team.
Right.
And you just wanted to throw him out there, even if he couldn't run, just as a decoy. But for my money, it would be Tyreek. But it's not a wide receiver award. It's a quarterback's award. So I think it's right now it's Dak's MVP to lose, to be honest.
Okay.
Still Lamar for MVP.
Lamar has some tough matchups coming up.
Yeah.
Right? So like he could close out, and
if
he locks up that
Christmas
1 seed,
Day.
They got the Niners on Christmas
Day.
I'll
tell you this. It'll be hard because Dak has the Bills coming up. You can see the Bills beating them at Bills.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, at Buffalo. You can see the Bills beating them, and then if the Bills beat them, then the Cowboys are locked in at that 5 seed.
Yeah.
So is he gonna win MVP as a 5 seed? And then if you have Lamar getting the number 1 seed, his numbers are gonna look good. 1 against 5th seed. At that point, I think it opens it back up to Lamar if he doesn't like make the jump and at least finish second.
Yeah, true.
So then you think that in order for him to win it, the Cowboys got to end up in like top 2, top 3 seed.
If the Eagles went out and the Cowboys went out, the Cowboys will still end up in 5th.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, at that point, I think I could still give it to them because they're tied.
Yeah.
But if they're clearly the 5th seed and the Eagles won the division, they split the series and they're the 5th seed. It'll be hard to say that the 5th seed is the MVP.
Right.
At that point, I think Purdy rises up.
Right.
Purdy passes him.
We have an MVP showdown, to be honest. Christmas Day, Ravens-Niners. So Ravens-Niners. Might be.
Yeah.
The voters might go back.
Everyone's gonna be. Most people are gonna be watching.
Yeah.
The time off.
That's here, right? Or it's in Baltimore.
It's here.
It's here. Okay.
Yeah, I was seeing tickets. Tickets are pretty pricey now.
I was trying to go. But I was like.
And that's a Monday too, right?
Monday night
football.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's the last one of the year. The last Monday night, or
25th. Yeah. Christmas.
Yeah.
So last one.
Yeah.
Same day that the Raiders play the Chiefs.
Right. Hey, the Raiders. What happened, my guy?
Oh wait, what are you talking about? I'm not. Yeah. So the Raiders, they beat the Chargers 63-21.
Something like that.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, huh? You guys are Raider fan. You're just
I just enjoy the Raiders, seeing the fans. I see the emotions of the fans. That's what I like seeing.
How did that even happen? Like, what's the worst you remember seeing the Ravens lose? I don't think I could.
What was it? I think we went to Jacksonville or something in London, like 59-0.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Raiders, I mean, they probably have a lot of memories.
I mean, I'll be honest, man. Like, I've never really followed the Raiders like as a diehard fan, as a casual fan, to be honest with you guys. But I feel like lately I've been watching them a lot more, and it sucks, man, because like you get your hopes up, like you have all these high expectations, and like it's gonna go well this year, and the games they're supposed to win, are the ones that they end up losing. I'm like, so here we go again.
It's funny. It was clearly like the Chargers trying to get their coach fired.
Yeah,
it was like,
they tapped out. They tapped out.
It was like, man, fuck this guy. Like, get out of here, bro. It's funny if you see the soundbite from like 2 weeks ago where the coach was like, "How do you know your message is still getting across?" He's like, "Because we're not getting blown out. We've been in tough matches." And it looked like the players were like, "I bet.
We'll show you."
Nah, we want you out here. Like, pack your bags, my guy.
Your key card does not work anymore.
Get out of here.
That's funny.
And I mean, he went out in a nice stadium at least.
Yeah.
he could probably stayed in Vegas. I would just be like, I'm probably not gonna work the next week. Might as well just start my vacation. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of vacations, I think we all want to plan a vacation around next year's Copa America.
We will be
next
there.
Year already, 24.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's next year. Yep. Tickets go on sale January. Make sure to go to the website and sign up for notifications.
Refresh.
What's the sites?
I mean, there's a lot.
There's a lot, right?
I don't know all of them off the top of my head. All I know is I think Mexico is going to be SoFi, one in Texas. They're staying in the West Coast, I believe.
Levi's?
Nah, not Levi's. Not Levi's.
I think
Brazil.
Brazil, Colombia, or Levi's. July 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will be there.
But
Hell yeah.
obviously, you don't really have a horse in here.
I do not.
I mean, if you want to count the U.S.
Yeah. They're there.
But I was gonna ask you, how far do you think Mexico could go in this tournament? Given that they won the Gold Cup, given that they beat Germany, but also given that they struggled against Honduras, controversial game that a lot of people thought, CONCACAF helped them out. So there's with Jimmy Lozano, there's been some highs, there's been some lows. A lot of the same stuff. The league is currently in the final. My Club America is in the final, but they're not bringing a relegation back. They're not really forcing teams to play a lot of the U's. There's a lot of the changes that were said to be had after the World Cup failure haven't really happened, and the team's been a little up and down. Where would you rank them just off the teams that are there? Like, can they keep up with Argentina? Can they keep up with Brazil?
Ish.
Can they keep up?
I don't even think they could keep up with the USA right now, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing how bad they lost the last time that they played them, was it the 3-0? I think Vegas?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, we're the USA's like kids right now.
Yeah. The US just looked a lot faster, man. They just looked I don't know.
They look more skillful.
Yeah, skillful, faster. Our defenders that game, I forgot who they were, but they just looked slow, and I mean slow compared to them.
Yeah. So you don't see them really like what semifinals tops if we get lucky.
It's quarters semifinal.
Yeah, quarters semifinal.
They'll make it to the quarters.
Yeah,
I'll be surprised if they make it to the semis.
Yep.
Yeah,
but realistically, they're not keeping up with Brazil. They're not keeping up with Argentina. They're not keeping up with the U.S. Can they keep up with like Uruguay? You think?
I mean, I think that Uruguay right now is stronger.
Yeah.
They're probably the best team in South America right now. To be honest with you,
they got I hate Barcelona, but Araujo's a dog.
Yeah,
Araujo's a dog. Dude.
Yes.
That was a dog.
And Matt's favorite player, Darweezy, Mr.
He has his flashes. Can't deny the flashes.
The most offsides in the league, isn't it, this year?
Yeah.
Some players, though, like they play differently when they play for their national team.
That's
true. Like Ochoa.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was about to say, yeah. Okay. Yes, you're right.
Trying to World Cup at least.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So we're not that optimistic for Mexico in the Copa America.
I don't know. Nah.
Can we use it? Can we use Copa America as a stepping stone at the very least for 26, or is it doom and gloom no matter what 26? Because I hate being pessimist.
Yeah.
And I love, dude. I say I hate Mexico and I'm done, but I keep buying jerseys.
Yeah.
Keep buying jackets. I watch the games. I follow the Twitter accounts. I fucking repost on Instagram on my story. I say I'm done, but like I'm there, Yeah. But realistically, I don't see us making a splash in the Copa America. It's too soon.
Yeah.
And I would have liked to see more change from the World Cup. It's been a year.
What
is it? The 16th?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's been a year since the World Cup, and I mean, we're more or less we're around the same spot that we were last year. Like if you put this squad, we go back in time and we go in the same group. Are we getting out of group this year with what we have right now? Probably not. To be honest, probably not. Probably the same thing will happen.
Yeah.
And so you would like to see a little bit more progress. It's not there. I would like to see us at least compete and have tough matches and like we'll look at the group stage and like our group and how it is. But if we're struggling in our group, then might have to cancel the plans for 26, or might have to follow a different team. You know how everyone has a different hub?
Right.
Like I said, Brazil, Colombia,
Yeah.
we will be there.
You might have to start following a different team, man. See Mexico at the Azteca, and then you know what? I think I'm gonna go catch a Germany game or something.
There you go.
But as a non-Mexican, you've been pretty quiet on this topic. How do you see Mexico and their prospects and outlook?
Well, for me, Mexico should be the crown jewel of CONCACAF because, like, I'm not stereotyping anything, but this is Mexico. Your sport is basically soccer and boxing, basically.
That's it. Yeah.
And so I feel, in terms of resources, I don't know, because I'm not, but the top down, the federation, how are they really trying to implement? Are they all on the same page of, all right, from the time you're 5-6, we're going to put you in this academy, and the pathway to lead you to either stay here and succeed home in Mexico or travel abroad to Europe or wherever, South America, whatever, and have at least a plan or back and forth how the players are doing and their progress, checking their progress, and we now how to integrate them into the senior squad.
Right.
So I don't really see that right now, especially growing up, because I used to watch the Spanish channel. I used to see Omar Bravo.
That's right.
all those guys.
I want to give me that. Yes, sir.
My heading ability was literally from Borghetti from the 2002 World Cup. So those guys.
My boy's culture.
So
yes, sir.
When I see those, and of course Blanco, the whole kangaroo thing jumping like that, I see that. But I'm like, when I see them, they're like, who are obviously. They were great players, but I don't see Mexico producing good players outside of Alvarez, Lozano, those guys just holding it down. There's not a lot of quantity, or even
prospects.
Rafa Marquez, of course. Come on now, where are those players? So I'm waiting for that leap because you guys, this is your sport. This is your sport. There should no be competition, whatever. America, this is our fifth sport. I can even say maybe 6 because NASCAR might be ahead of that.
Yeah, F1 and Vegas.
Hey, little spirited. But
I thank you. I like that perspective.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's sad as a Mexican hearing people talk about Mexico and seeing it and growing up in Mexico and seeing your parents get old and your grandparents get old, your tios get old, and they're seeing the same shit that they saw 20 years ago.
Right.
Nothing really has changed. And we spoke about Uruguay and them being hot right now and being one of the better teams in South America. I think, obviously, they say comparison is a thief of joy. But if you look at how little Uruguay is, the players they produce, how they export their players to Europe,
right,
how competitive they are in South America, which is undoubtedly a stronger section of the world. And they're tiny, dude.
Tiny country. And they just produce stars and stars and stars. So, and Mexico, this is the number one sport, like you said, boxing and soccer, football. And we don't produce stars like Uruguay does historically. We don't. If we were in CONMEBOL, we'd be getting cooked. We wouldn't be consistently making World Cups like they do, and it's just sad. Am I still gonna buy a ticket and be there in 2024? Am I still gonna be there in 2026? Yes.
Si Dios quiere.
Right.
But yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough.
And it's kind of crazy too, man, because seeing all the U17s and the Olympics, we've gone pretty far, from that 05 squad with Vela, with Gio Dos Santos, to the 11 squad with Espericueta was his name? Yeah. La Momia? Yeah. So, that was supposed to... And it's kind of tough, man, just seeing how they're supposed to be the next big stars, but either they don't get the chance in their team, or they just don't have the mental... they're not mature enough, I guess, to keep going, or
not gonna lie,
the aspirations. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I think it's the culture too.
Yeah.
What are people go to Mexico and they say damn, the hospitality, the food, all of that. I love that, but I think that has to do a lot in the discipline, because we're so hospitable and we like having good time, we like being around our family, we like going out and having fiestas and stuff like that. I think sometimes, I don't know, I'm not there, but I think maybe that can get in the way. We just grow up in such a community and having fun culture that they need to get more. Also, now I just thought of this right now. I think the playoff format kind of hurts us too, because all these teams think they could win it because they're in 8th or 10th place in a regular league where if you're not top 3 by the middle of the season, you're cooked. You're done. You're not gonna go from 11th to 1st.
Right.
So if I'm already locked in at 11 and I'm not really gonna get relegated, let me try out some youth.
Right.
Let me try out some youth.
Right.
I'm not. But in the Mexican league, you're in 10th. You're in 9th place. You're one spot out of the playoffs.
Right.
Instead of giving people chances because you're out of the title race, you're like, oh, one more win and I'm in the A spot. And then once I get in the playoffs, I'm in there. So instead of thinking like forward and like for the next year and just not getting relegated, maybe you can give a couple of players chances. You're thinking like, damn, like let me keep playing my veterans so that I could sneak into the playoffs and get a chance. And once you're in, anything could happen, you know? So I think that hurts us too. But do I see them getting rid of the playoffs? No.
That tends to happen. I think in the Mexican League, like it's always the top 3, top 4 that are like up there with points.
Yeah.
And from 5 to 12, it's like a 5-point difference.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone's just fighting it out to the end. To the end. And I mean, it makes good TV. Like last game of the year, I remember when I was a little kid, is like, how's the playoffs going to set up? And it's all cool. But I think that's another reason why the youth don't get a chance.
Right.
Because, like, there's not a feeder club, really. Like, you know, in the Premier League, there's all these smaller teams. They're which is kind of sad, too, that they're just known for producing players. Big team buys them. They stay at the bottom. They got to keep producing youth.
Who are those teams, though, in the Prem? Like,
used to be Southampton.
Southampton, right?
Southampton.
Okay.
Leicester for a while.
For a little bit.
Leicester.
I mean, it switches.
Yeah.
Aston Villa for a little bit.
Yeah.
Right now, it looks like the team that I would see right now is probably West Ham's probably gonna get picked apart. You can see.
You think so?
Oh, Declan Rice, because he just
Paqueta's about to leave.
You think Alvarez will leave?
Yeah, in a couple years maybe.
Might be next year.
I think Alvarez leaves soon, man. I think Alvarez
Who do they
leaves
have?
sooner than
Who else do
later.
they have? Bowen.
No,
Right?
He's kind of old.
Yeah. But yeah, like it switches. Like I said, those teams at the bottom
Yeah.
or like in the middle where they're not really like gonna get relegated. Like why not play this guy?
Well, in the Mexican League, I thought it was usually Atlas. So that was the known team to be like the cantera, like the one that produced Pachuca. There you go. So like the teams that produced the best players.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But it is what it is.
See where that goes.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But we touched a little bit on the NFL topic. Let's just quickly go back to it. Who do you guys see winning the Super Bowl? I know you said they're going to Vegas. Do you see it? But we never really said who they're going to play against. And can you guys beat Purdy? Can you guys beat potentially the MVP Dak in the Super Bowl?
Well, I'm never worried about the Cowboys. The only time I'm worried about is now because the curse has been lifted. So we'll see. But I see a Harbaugh half-brother Super Bowl, as in the Niners versus the Ravens.
Okay. And who's winning?
The Ravens, of course. We've never lost a Super Bowl. And we beat them 11 years ago. So
that's right.
10 years ago.
Run it back.
And I hope Beyonce is there so she can turn off the lights again.
I was about to say, that's the year where the lights went off, right? Yeah, that's right.
What about you? Who do you have in the Super Bowl?
I mean, besides the Ravens, who are there to compete with them in the
Lawrence
AFC?
and Mahomes.
Not Mahomes this year.
No?
I think it's the Ravens year.
Yeah.
In the AFC and in the NFC, I don't think the Eagles will be a top 2 team this year.
Nah.
I don't see them in the NFC Championship. I think between the Cowboys and the Niners. I want to say the Niners just because of how much power they have in every position.
Yeah.
But when you smack a team that bad in the regular season, I've seen them come back before. So
yeah.
it's gonna be a good one, I feel.
So who do you
I'm gonna go Niners, yeah.
Niners?
Yeah, Niners, yeah.
Same. Damn. Well, in the interest of not all of us picking the same,
All right. Fair.
I do. I don't want to give up on the Chiefs just yet, because like they could turn it on. Like he's still the best quarterback in the league.
That's the ghost right there.
He's still the best quarterback in the league. But I'll say Ravens. I'll go Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I'll go Cowboys,
Okay.
Ravens. I'll go Cowboys, Ravens, just because I think the Eagles are cooked.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are cooked. That defense is atrocious. Hurts is hurt. You can clearly see when he's running.
Yeah.
I don't know why they keep running him, because like sometimes he keeps the ball, he's running to the edge, and he's picking up no acceleration. The lineman's catching up on him, he just slides.
Right.
Because he knows he's not gonna get anywhere. And last year, you just anytime in his career, you just see him zooming.
Right.
So he needs to be able to be mobile, like at his full strength, for them to have a chance. They need to score points. That defense needs to play with the lead. If they're playing from behind, then you could run the ball, you could throw the ball. It gets hard for that defense.
Yeah.
So I can't see the Eagles, even though I like the Eagles. I love the Eagles, actually. Their uniforms are sick, in my opinion. And I hate the Cowboys. And Man, the 49ers, I just think, you talk about curses, dude. I think the 49ers are low-key cursed, too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
I think the 49ers are cursed. Like, last year, all their quarterbacks going down. Like, that's insane. That's insane. You never see that. I do think they're kind of injury-prone. Like, Debo, the way they play, they're so good, but the way Debo and McCaffrey play, like, I have a hard time believing that they're not going to pick up an injury.
Yeah.
Now. And, dude, you own a team till you don't own them. So, like, they've been owning the Cowboys. Are they going to keep owning them, or are the Cowboys finally going to stop that streak?
Right.
And like I said, it does feel like it's the Cowboys' year, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like, they're playing good. We'll see how they do against the Bills this week. But I'll lock that in right now. Cowboys,
Eagles, though,
Ravens.
I think with the Eagles, too, they have won some pretty close games, though. They did beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead, right?
Yep.
Yep.
At Arrowhead, they did come
Yeah.
back and beat the Bills, being down, I don't know, 2 touchdowns the whole game or something.
Yep.
I mean, they ended up being smacked by the Niners, though. So
That's the thing about winning like ugly close games, though. When you lose and you get smacked, then the
morale,
the allure that you have from winning those close matches goes like out
right.
the
Yeah.
Plus, in the Chiefs game, they didn't call it was close. I forgot how the game ended, but I know it was close. Versus the Bills kind of choked it away too.
Well, it's Buffalo. They do choke. So.
I'll lock that in. I'll say Cowboys versus your Ravens. And who's gonna win? Let's go Ravens.
Let's go. Ravens lock, baby.
Let's go Ravens.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. Yep.
I want the Ravens to win. I think Lamar Jackson gets a lot of slander.
He does.
Unwarranted slander.
That man don't do nothing but go home to his daughter and just chill, bro. Like,
And I'm saying it partially for a lot in part because Lamar Jackson and all the hate that he gets, and like I just love to see him win one and fucking shut everybody up. But also I just want OBJ to win another one.
Another one
to be
yeah.
healthy, bro. I want my boy to be dancing in the Super Bowl,
the
bro.
moonwalk, that was cool.
Dude, that fool's been killing it. That fool's been killing it the last few weeks.
Yeah.
It's sad to see him with all those injuries. Like, you talk about what if that fool would have stayed healthy? Like, where would he be considered right now? But to see him not, like, he could have packed it up and, like, just that's it. He got his ring with the Ravens. He got his rings with the Rams. He tore his ACL again.
In the
like,
Super Bowl.
That could have been it. That could have been curse.
Right.
He could have been like, all right, you know what? I got my ring. I showed out in the Super Bowl, the quarter that I played. I was doing good with them leading up to the Super Bowl. Like,
I scored.
I'm good.
I scored in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm good. Everyone knows what I did, my catch, my stats, like my first 3 years in the league. I'm good. But for him to like do the rehab, come back, slow start with the Ravens, if you remember, he was not doing good. Like, and for him to come back, like I would love to see OBJ win another Super Bowl.
Make people angry, and I love when people are angry.
I mean, yeah, because OBJ gets hated, Lamar gets hated.
For what?
Yeah, I wish my boy J.K. Dobbins would have been there. Pain. Poor guy. They talk about injuries, dude. I hope he gets well.
Yeah, same.
His career is probably over though.
Is Mark Andrews out for the whole season?
Yeah.
Or if they make playoffs, he could.
I think if they make it to the Super Bowl, those 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl, maybe.
What was it? Was it shoulder?
Ankle.
Ankle.
Yeah.
So.
I remember that I got hella mad when that shit happened.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. And then Lamar was like, no.
My security blanket.
Yeah, but OBJ stepped up.
He did.
OBJ stepped up.
Yeah.
OBJ stepped up. But man, thank you guys for coming on to the show. I think this was great. I think this was fun. It was a long time coming for Jesse.
Yeah,
and
man.
Obviously, a long time coming for you, Ahmadu, too, to have you back on the show.
Feels great.
Appreciate you. Let's go Ravens.
Arsenal.
He said Liverpool could win the league.
Hey, man.
When I slide, no sudden moves. All my goons are stretching. And I'm taxing for the feet on my damn collection.